So, there's a bunch of stuff out there. I think somebody said something like close to around 200 million personal care and supplement products that are out there in the world. And in the world, when you're trying to navigate, so the problem isn't the access to products, because there's just millions of them out there. The problem is what's right for you and how you help other people correctly. So we're going to take the guesswork. We don't do guesswork at NewSkin. That's just not what we do. We don't do guesswork. It's really interesting because a lot of people look out there and they say, here's some supplements. Cool. Does it work? We don't do that. We say, here's the supplements. Here's the difference demonstrated. Scan. Figure out what your score is. Here's the recommendation. And then scan again at a later point in time to see if you're improving. If you're not, your money back. Guaranteed. Who loses in that situation? Does anybody lose in that situation where you can prove that your health got better? Is there anybody that loses?
Nope.
No. Is anybody else doing that?
No.
To my knowledge? To your knowledge? I don't know anybody else is giving them a non-invasive way to look at your score of your health and determine whether or not you're getting better. I don't know. I put $1,000 on the table and I said, anybody who comes to the table and show me the empirical data that shows me that somebody can show the difference demonstrated, I'm ready to listen with a non-invasive way. This is the only one I can do it. So if you're ready to commit to something that's going to try to help people lose their weight or excess fat or poor body composition or reduce the amount of free radicals in their body, and you want to do it with a company that can actually show you a path to do it, then you found the right place. If you want to do guesswork, if you want to say, well, the label looks good, and my friend said it's cool, then go somewhere else. It's that simple. Clarity of the future. Because right now, I just met with Blake and Ryan and some of our executives, and there's so much energy right now focused in on a very specific approach to the next 10 years. And not just this year, but the next 10 years. And kicking it off this year with a revolutionary, let's call it a device, but it's really a platform that's going to enable us to do things we've never done before. And the reason I say that, and that no company has been able to do before, and they can't do it because they don't have the patents, they don't have the 111 clinical studies / research / science behind it. They don't have the ability to pull into the Raman database that we've curated for the last 23 years to create 26 million data points to understand around the world how people eat, because there's 4 elements to health: what you eat, the diet, your healthy diet or not healthy diet. Number 2 is your lifestyle, and that's whether you smoke or drink or no exercise, some exercise, sleep. Yes, thank you. I mean, whether you're sleeping or not sleeping.
I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, not sleeping, which is most of the world, by the way. And your overall stress levels, things that are going on in your life, right? I mean, some things are controllable, some things are not controllable, okay? But what's interesting is what's causing you not to sleep is the same thing that's causing you to stress, which is the same thing that's causing a lot of these things. And some of it, we feel like we have no control over our life. And I'm saying that's just simply not true. You have to be just as intentional you are about NewSkin in your business. You have to be intentional about how you treat your body and what you put into your body to get the best outcome. If you don't believe that, then you're going to have an outcome that you're not going to like. It's that simple. Now, you can't control your genetics, per se. You can't control what you were given, and you can't necessarily control that truck that just drove by that's giving out pollution. You can't control that truck, or I advise you not to. But you are susceptible to the pollution it created and the stress around you. Those are things that you can't necessarily control. You just control yourself. It starts right here, and then it flows all the way through. So you have to be intentional. So you have what you eat, lifestyle choices, the stuff you can't control. Number 3 is body composition. Okay? I'll get into that in just 2 seconds. And the last thing is what you put on and in your body. From a supplementation and personal care standpoint. We call it health and beauty. But the reality is the world, 8 billion plus people, are now trying to figure out what to put on and in their body because they recognize, number one, that nutrition is working, and that's universally been the accepted model from the, if you want to call it the science-based data. There's now, if you look at omegas, over 100,000 studies proving the benefits of essential fatty acids in your diet. Okay? The Heart Association has come out and said, get omegas in your body. Essential fatty acids are essential. Why are they essential? Because your body doesn't produce them. Okay? Your body does not produce essential fatty acids. You have to get it from your diet. So if you're not eating any essential fatty acids, which come in nuts or fish or these types of things, then you're not getting essential fatty acids. Well, why is essential fatty acids important? Because essential fatty acids is what creates the outer shell of your cells. And why is that important? Because what goes through the cell and gets into the cell is the only thing that makes sense. Because if you've got a cell, what happens if you don't eat any essential fatty acids? Again, your body doesn't make them, so it's not like magic. You don't create them. The essential fatty acids have to come from your food. And if you're not getting it in your food, and you're not getting it in your supplements, then your cell starts to harden. The outside shell starts to harden. Makes it less permeable, which in turn reduces the amount of nutrients that go into the cell. Therefore, your cell starts to what?
Okay.
Right? It's real simple. The math is simple. If the cell isn't getting nutrients, the cell dies. If we don't get nutrients, we die. It's that simple. I mean, it's not like this is the sustainable system that just keeps going. We have to have certain things. When you hear the word essential, you got to listen to it. Essential fatty acids are essential. Certain nutrients are essential. Okay? We think about things at a cellular level. Why? Because our bodies are made of trillions of cells. Every single organ is made of cells. Every single body part is made of cells. Our skin's made of cells. Everything's made of cells. And healthy cells make healthy bodies. Unhealthy cells make unhealthy bodies. And what creates unhealthy cells? Free radicals, poor nutrition, poor diet, poor lifestyle, bad body composition. 4 things. Real simple. So, there's a bunch of stuff out there. I think somebody said something like close to around 200 million personal care and supplement products that are out there in the world. And in the world, when you're trying to navigate, so the problem isn't the access to products, because there's millions of them out there. The problem is what's right for you and how you help other people correctly. So we're going to take the guesswork. We don't do guesswork at Newsmith. That's just not what we do. We don't do guesswork. It's really interesting because a lot of people look out there and they say, here's some supplements. Cool. Does it work? We don't do that. We say, here's the supplements. Here's the difference demonstrated. Scan. Figure out what your score is. Here's the recommendation. And then scan again at a later point in time to see if you're improving. If you're not, your money's back. Guaranteed. Who loses in that situation? Does anybody lose in that situation where you can prove that your health got better? Is there anybody that loses?
Nope.
No. Is anybody else doing that?
No.
To my knowledge? To your knowledge? I don't know anybody else is giving them a non-invasive way to look at your score of your health and determine whether or not you're getting better. I don't know. I put $1,000 on the table and I said, anybody who comes to the table and show me the empirical data that shows me that somebody can show the difference demonstrated, I'm ready to listen with a non-invasive way. This is the only one I can do it. So if you're ready to commit to something that's going to try to help people lose their weight or excess fat or poor body composition or reduce the amount of free radicals in their body, and you want to do it with a company that can actually show you a path to do it, then you found the right place. If you want to do guesswork, if you want to say, well, the label looks good, and my friend said it's cool, then go somewhere else. It's that simple. I'd rather have a targeted approach. If they say, hey, Steve, there is a significant, your child is being held hostage. Let's put it this way, a little dramatic. Your child's being held hostage. Now, you can just go look for them, or you can be given a map to show you whether you're getting closer or not closer. What are you going to choose? You're going to choose something that's going to get you closer and tell you and give you feedback as to whether you're getting closer to your child. Right? Think of it like that. Now, transfer that to you personally. There are people counting on you right now. Think of the person that's counting on you right now. Or the people. Family members, kids, friends, neighbors. And if you don't take care of you, how do you help them? doesn't happen. Okay? You have to be invested in yourself so that you can be the person you want to be. And it comes with 4 factors. We'll go through it again. Food, what you put in your body. Number 2, lifestyle choices. Number 3, body composition. And number 4, the supplements and the personal care products we do to supplement what we're not getting in our diets and to supplement the toxic environments that we have mostly. So the goal for us at New Skin was to say, let's put it out there. We did. We put a scanner out there, and as most of you know, some of you know about scanner. It's a biophotonic scanner. Basically, Patrick was one of the great ambassadors of it at one point in time. And it's, it was originally, the size of this stage. And it took like 5 minutes to get or maybe 30 minutes, I think, to get a scan or something like that. And then they got it down to something that could sit on a tabletop, and then they got it to a smaller one, so it's about like this size now. And it's pretty cool. That's nice. But the problem is, the calibration issues are the issue. Calibrations are the problem. And the calibrations, when you would take it from one place to another place and set it on another table, and then put it back into the bag and take it to another table, guess what happens? It threw things off. And so people would scan, and it wouldn't be exactly the same correlation score. So you have to recalibrate and recalibrate, and then you, as a science-based, no guesswork person, were having to balance that out. Now, some people got really, really good at it and figured out how to manage it. Other people didn't. Other people got frustrated. Other people felt like it was a burden to actually carry it around. Other people felt like it cost too much money. Other people felt, even though it's so clear that it gives you a path to understand your health score and the antioxidants in your body. So Ryan, our CEO, gave me a commission. He said, Steve, listen, the scanner's amazing, and it's generating really almost a third of our revenue. Yeah. By the way, in terms of scanner-related products, so you think about Youth, LifePack Nano, G3. So keep going.
Yeah.
Youth,
Marine Omegas.
Youth. So
Meta. All your stuff.
Okay, it's coming, right? And these are the products. Now, listen, this is a really important thing. That generates a massive amount of revenue. In the top 5 products in this company on subscription, 4 of them are SCS products. Why? Because it's the difference demonstrated. People can see the difference. And I've talked to people all over the world, and they say, I only did the test twice, but once I knew and saw the improvement, and I felt the improvement, it changed everything, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
Okay? So then I said, well, why aren't you still doing it? Well, I couldn't afford the lease, or I wanted to do this, or it got kind of complicated, and I said, okay. So Ryan said, Steve, if you can put it in their pocket, wouldn't that be cool? And I said, yeah, but you're talking about really advanced technology. And he says, yeah, but the reality is that that's what we want. We have to give it the ability for people to literally put the scanner in their pocket. Remember how big it is? Small dog, size of a small dog. And you have to tote that around. He says, and it has to calibrate 100% every single time, auto calibration. Number 2, it has to be affordable. Number 3, it has to be able to do more than just scan for carotenoids. We want it to scan other things think about, I won't go too far on this one. Saturday morning, I don't want to get too crazy. Let's just say we're gonna
get crazy.
Come on, get crazy.
Yeah, let's just say there's more than one analyte. An analyte is for instance, carotenoids or an analyte. Metas has an anthocyanin in it, right? Yep. Anthocyanins for 3 specifically, but delphinidin and so forth. That's an analyte. So when you go to an HPLC, you're not going, how much meta is in there? You're going, how many anthocyanins are in there? That's an analyte. You're analyzing a specific active ingredient. Okay? That's important to understand. Why? Because our patent that we just filed talks about analytes, not carotenoids. Meaning it covers carotenoids, anthocyanins, vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, collagen, muscle synthesis, proteins, the whole thing, everything, so that we can start having the ability to measure. And if we understand how light reflects off of our skin, understand how it's impacting our bodies in a non-invasive way, everything changes. There is now the opportunity to be a part of something that literally touches every single part of our bodies. Whether you want to focus on bone, you want to focus on joints, we want to focus on skin, whether you want to focus on cardiovascular, whether you want to focus on cognitive health, we actually have the difference demonstrated. We can be able to share that with you. But Steve, how do you put it in somebody's pocket? How do you take all that technology and put it in somebody's pocket? Like, how do you do that? And you do it like this. You do it just like that. Okay? And this is our pilot. I had our engineers up there, and they're like, Steve, you got to be so careful. If you drop this, like, this is going to kill us. But if you can see, this is the new skin. And this is the new world that we're living in. And everything you had in that scanner is in here, but that's only 10% of it. Might even just be 5% of it. Because now we're going to be able to measure in a way that we've never measured before. So we'll have everything we had with scanner and so much more. And it's in your pocket, it's affordable, and it connects to everything we do. I'll give you an example on body composition, number 3, right? So remember, all you have to do, see this little scan right here? This is how it works. Put your finger right there. It'll start to scan, it'll pick up. It does 200,000 scans in 15 seconds. 200,000 scans in 15 seconds. And it says, this is where your score is. And it gives you a final score. It goes into a scoring database, provides it to you. It compares you against people in your specific region of the world to say this is what it is. And then it gives you an automatic recommendation that comes right into your phone that says, essentially, this is the best product for you based on your score. Now, this is different than anything anybody has right now. There's nobody that has this. Non-invasive. What I just pulled out of my pocket, this is hundreds of millions of dollars of research and work that's gone in for now going on since 1992, what now? Going on 33 years. And bit by bit, millions of people, millions of scans, millions of data, actually trillions of data, now it's flowed into a database that we control. Who else has this database? Who else? Baxter, who else has this database that we have here? Nobody. There's not one person who has this database outside of Houston. It's the only way we were able to create it. So when you say, well, but is it unique? Yes. Is it difference demonstrated? Yes. Can anybody else match us on this? No. It stands. $1,000. Anybody can tell me different. It's totally different. Game's over, actually. Now, if you want to give somebody a clear path on how to get their health, it's clear. There's no questions about it. It's going to go. It'll be ready at the end of this year, and we're going to have our first initial, roughly about 1,000, 2,000 units available in the fourth quarter. We're going to demonstrate some of the TE coming up at the GNC, and we're also going to, there's a little bit of a qualification program, not a little bit, a big qualification program coming up for the first people who get access to this. So we want you to get access to it. I hope you qualify. I hope you have the information so you can qualify. It's pretty simple, really. You know? It's build your business and build the business the way the market presidents talked to you about. So, and if you have any other questions, you can talk to either Kathy or, depending on your region and market, you can talk to market president, marketing people, Buck, Ricky, Justin. They all have the answers on qualification. We have the answers on the science and the products, and they're going to make a difference in people's lives. And the last thing I was going to hit was body composition. Why is body composition so? Do you know what our #1 brand is in this company right now? Yes. LifePak is our #1 product. But what's our #1 brand?
What,
Agelock.
Pharmanex. That's like a master brand, so you can get a little bit more in the Pharmanex family, or in the Agelock family, or in the Nu Skin family. Those are the 3 big brand families. What is the #1 non-master brand, so the brand outside of that? College is going to answer #4.
Scanner?
Scanners, it's actually a true answer. Scanner is #1 in terms of the total flow of product and so forth, but because it's a device, they don't, and it's a, it's a lease program, they don't officially count it as a purchase. No, it is, but all the products that flow from that is yes. Next one. LumiSpa is #2.
Renew Spa.
Renew Spa is #6.
G3.
Huh?
The G3's 4.
TRME.
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 It's not even close.
Oh, wow.
And people in the U.S. get so mad when I say that because I say, yeah, well, it's not even here. You're making me crazy. And I'm sorry to say that, but what we're talking about is body composition is such an important thing. I actually have a graph that I can show you that says the more you weigh with excess fat and adipose tissue, which means belly fat, essentially, the lower the amount of antioxidants in your body. So just being unhealthy and an unhealthy weight actually reduces your antioxidant score. And as people are on, for instance, TRME, TR90, some of the weight management programs that we've put together and adjusted their body composition, guess what? They do a scanner score and their scanner score goes up, antioxidants go up, and the ability, and you don't even have a carotenoid in there. People, when they take the sleep formula that we have now through Mind, they get better sleep, no carotenoids in it, and their scanner score goes up. Why? Because you're sleeping better, your body's getting this reset position, and it's actually generating better antioxidants, not fighting the stress. There's a lot of ways to go after antioxidants, and we're going to show you how everything bridges to all of those things. That's going to come in the future. I promised Tracy I'd come down, talk to you for a couple minutes, and say hello and tell you how excited I am about the future. This hundreds of millions of dollars, 33 years of research and time and effort, 111 studies, 9,000 now published studies outside of Nu Skin that have gone on antioxidants is now coming to bear. And people are saying, well, how do I know which products to use? How do I know how to do this? How do I know to get that map directly to my best health and to help other people find it? And it's sitting in my pocket. And you're going to have it in yours if you qualify. All right? So let's do it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Woo!